This is the system that turned a nobody living with his parents in rural England into one of YouTube's most profitable channels.
$6 million per year in profit from just 4,000 views. This is God-tier monetization, and exactly how he did it.
Good news is, it's actually quite simple.
The old playbook was to maximize views and monetize later, but Will took a completely different approach.
There's this emerging concept behind YouTube's most successful entrepreneurs. A flywheel, some people are calling it, where the more you grow, the more you can monetize, the more you can scale, the more you can grow, until this flywheel compounds, becoming unstoppable. The old playbook was to maximize views and monetize later. And when you think of YouTube's biggest brands, one was launched at 120 million subs and the other at 40 million subs. But Will shows us a different approach. What if we rotate this flywheel 1 degree?
Will started with zero knowledge of YouTube, but one critical thing that he did understand was his goals. Not just views, but revenue generated per view. Now, this may be a subtle change, but it changes absolutely everything about the entrepreneur's approach to growing and monetizing on YouTube.
In building his flywheel and keeping his hours constant, Will has essentially 3 levers he can pull. Therefore, Will realized that tripling his revenue per view had the same effect as tripling his views. If Will wanted a view max, he'd jump off his 50th floor apartment in Dubai. Lots of views? Maybe. But his revenue per view? Well, I doubt it would afford him a second skydive. Why generate a view if the value of a view is next to nothing?
So while every entrepreneur was chasing hundreds of thousands of views, he could simply upload videos from his bedroom, generating 4,000 views, but maximizing revenue like never seen before.
How did he do it? It wasn't magic.
Will didn't just build a product, he engineered a ladder where each step unlocked more revenue per view.
Now, without any offers, Will is just like any other creator out there. But look what happens when he just adds one flagship offer, like Done With You Consulting. But he doesn't stop there. Then he adds another high-ticket one-on-one for people who want even more personal access. That's a premium upsell, and now the ticker rises again. Then there's lower-priced products for people with less money or less urgency. They're still chasing the same goal, they've just got less of an appetite right now. And he just keeps adding on from there. He's basically to the point where any single viewer can buy something.
This is the real magic, because Will didn't just build products, he built an ecosystem around a transformation, and every view is worth more and more and more. Most creators measure success by views, but Will measures it by how much each view is worth. One offer adds a step, but a full ladder, that is how you climb to $6 million on 4,000 views.
Now, to help you get started thinking on what could be your value ladder, we made this prompt for you to be able to put into AI to be able to start brainstorming. But let's wait for the end of the video because there's still important things to cover. Now, this flywheel is brimming with explosive potential. Like, imagine if he gets 100,000 views now. So we have his product, but what does his content look like?
Revenue occurs in the overlap in between content and offer. The bigger the overlap, the more revenue you're going to generate. Notice Will's content achieves the exact same goal as his offer, but instead it's do it yourself. So his overlap is absolutely huge. It's nearly 100%. And this works with any business, any entrepreneur, and any product. Just look at GoPro. This is Hormozy's. This is ours. We have one goal to help entrepreneurs build empires and maximize the purpose that they have on this planet through YouTube.
Our videos tell you every single thing you need to get this dream outcome. If you want more help crafting the one killer video to blow up your channel, we made this app called Studio Forge.
If you want the done-for-you YouTube strategy with one-on-one support from myself and John, we made the YouTube Flywheel to help you accomplish this. The same dream outcome with the highest probability of success.
Our content and our product are one in the same, just with varying levels of help. Currently, we make $1 per view with 60,000 views. So our flywheel goal becomes increasing to $1.50 per view and 100,000 views. That's a 250% increase to our business just by optimizing our revenue per view, plus a little bit of growth. Will's videos accomplish the same goal as his products.
They are aligned one in the same, and that is God-tier monetization. Rule 3, track and attribute every single dollar that you generate through YouTube. Watch this. Insta bio tagged, YouTube video tagged, video description tagged. Every creator tracks subs and views. Good entrepreneurs track revenue per view, but God-tier entrepreneurs track revenue per view per video. They know exactly where the revenue is coming from, and then they can deduct why and do more of it.
If you don't know your dollars per view, you're flying blind. Who cares about views when they might be worthless?
And when you are ultra clear on the revenue per view and you've got a tight back-end funnel, this is where growth can get fun. Now it's about leaning in. This is Will's growth strategy on YouTube. Ideas have got the highest leverage on growth, but content categories have got the highest leverage on ideas. For Will, we started researching thousands of videos in his niche that had performed the best. When we knew everything that had ever performed in Will's niche, we categorized them into 2 simple, repeatable formats. Raw breakdown videos that Will can use repeatedly and case studies from his most successful client. We then just started planning videos around that. Capturing what works, categorizing what works, and creating from what works. The result, when we redid it for Will's video, 35,000 views. But again, it is not about the views that was generated, it was the revenue generated off the back. The month that followed, Will uploading this video with Nero knowledge generated an extra $366,000. Let that sink in. That is like $4 million a year.
For years, this concept of killer videos has dominated YouTube now, but there's one misconception that comes up every time. A killer video doesn't necessarily mean high production value. Will's videos are killer, and they might be the lowest possible production value.
Hey guys, it's Will, and just a few hours ago, I can't believe that I'm saying this, by the way, but yeah, just a few hours ago, I sold my business to a private equity firm.
His 2 video formats take 1 hour to film and edit, and they account for 60% of his top performing videos.
Will films everything with a whiteboard, and he's only just upgraded his laptop webcam. They're low production value, but they check all of the killer requirements.
His ideas derived from his strategy report. They're highly tailored to his audience's hopes, fears, dreams, and their blockers. He crafts his thumbnails first. His thumbnails simply convey the hook of the video. His hook aligns with the thumbnail immediately. His intro promises value, and the rawness of his videos, it really grips the viewer emotionally. Production value depends on your niche and your desire, but these are the things that make a killer video. Now Will's maxed his revenue per view, and he's maxing views too, but just wait till he scales.
When you have these methodologies dialed, it's so tempting to just want to do more. But the best entrepreneurs, they actually do less.
Because he's so focused on literally just the bare essentials of YouTube, he can scale like no one else can. Now, we won't say every YouTuber should make videos in 2 hours, but what if you could reduce the amount of hours you spend per video? At $8 per view, with 11,000 views per video and just 2 hours spent making each video, Will became one of the most profitable channels on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are living in the greatest period of human history that has ever existed. Never before has any of this have been possible.
It's not just attention that's been so easy to obtain recently, but the value of what you can do with that attention. You gotta decide what you're gonna make of this time. You have more tools at your disposal than any human ever before in history. The world needs your influence now more than it ever has. So if a kid from rural England can do this, so can a kid anywhere, just with some Wi-Fi and some grit.
So the only question left is, how will you use these tools and how will you live in this time?